The Testament of MENOTH, Protector and Epic High Reclaimer Warcaster.
The language of Yerkane is unknown to all men but one, for he has seen the face of the Creator and lived. How can any hope to stand against him? High Exemplar Mikhail Krios.
When the man known as the High Reclaimer pushed open the gates of Emir and disappeared into the blasted wastes of the Stormlands, most believed he had gone to his death. Many feared he had chosen to reclaim himself in this time of great need. They were not wholly mistaken. Battling the whipping winds and flesh-scoring sands of the marshes, the High Reclaimer pushed himself to the limits of life to open the forgotten and unseen gates of Yerkane, through which he would be reborn. Stepping into the dominion of the dead beyond the walled city of man, where the faithful are protected in death, he waded through relentless hordes of unclaimed, suffering terrible wounds as they clawed at him for the warmth of his living body. He fought back their press with his weapon, Cremator, baptizing it in the ethereal ichthor of ghosts and fallen souls, and transforming the metal with every strike, earning it its new soliloquy, Requiem. Finally, the dead thinned to reveal an ancient tomb-like city, a shadow of Ichthyr, inscribed with Menite scripture never before seen by mortal eyes. The throng of ancient faithless were thwarted by the perimeter of the hallowed grounds, allowing the Reclaimer respite to discover the temple dedicated to the Creator. Upon his arrival, the heavy doors of the vast shrine opened, revealing a lone tablet atop an ancient altar, the Omegas. Lifting the ancient tablet from its resting place from eons, the High Reclaimer began to read the text inscribed there in a tongue unknown to men. His mind reeled as it was filled with the Creator's laws of the dead. Saturated with holiness as old as life itself and imbued with the knowledge to wield it, the High Reclaimer set out to pass through Yerkane's gates back to the world of the living. He was prepared for an arduous return through the masses, but when the High Reclaimer exited the temple, he found an army of Menite souls holding back the restless tides. Fallen soldiers of the faith had cleared a path for him. As he walked, they moved with him as a barrier against the raging unfaithful. As one fell, two more replaced it, until the High Reclaimer once again reached the gates between worlds. Once among the living, the High Reclaimer had become something else, a testament of MENOTH's will. He was bestowed this title by the harbinger, and his given name buried, so he exists only as an embodiment of the true law. Clad in new vestments and wielding his otherworldly weapon, the Testament of MENOTH is a champion of faith unlike any other. Having accomplished the impossible, crossing the gates between life and death itself, he is able to step between these worlds for a short time without paying heed to either for as long as a soul lights his way. The Testament's divine power was forged in fire of sacred oaths and tempered by the ancient words writ on the Omegas. With a mere gesture, he can draw back the curtain between worlds to return fallen Menites to life and banish infidel souls to the hellish wastes of Yerkane, far from the reach of their lesser gods. The living fear him, the dead remember him, and MENOTH's will guides him. The Testament has come to bring a new word to the realm of man.